American Horror Story Season 2. I said this last week. I thought it was definitely getting off to a stronger start than American Horror Story Season 1. The latest episode, like the latest two episodes, ain't hitting as hard as the first episode was, so there's definitely that. And we are going to talk about that later date, as soon as we finish the whole season, right? We can't compare the season yet because it's barely getting started. So what exactly is this episode, that ending and all of that? So this episode pretty much stars Bella Thorne and turns the head around of the whole urban legend with the guy flashing the lights at somebody, but the person wasn't exactly being a creepy person or trying to do harm. They were actually trying to warn the driver that someone was in their back seat. Of course, the driver doesn't listen and in fact gets killed. So this story, this segment, this new entry into American Horror Stories flips that on its head, and we'll get to that in a bit. First, make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on the road to 24,000 subscribers. We are so close to 24,000 right now. We are trying to get to 25,000 to do a giveaway, so make sure you subscribe. So this one, as I said, stars Bella Thorne, and she pretty much plays somebody who likes to go out and party. She likes to hook up with as many people as they can, and they're actually married. They're in an open relationship, but the partner really doesn't feel that they are in the open relationship and just feel like they are secondary and sort of there for more of a stable person to just be at home. It seems like they don't really want to be in this open relationship, but they sort of have too much feelings for this person to ever let them go. Bella Thorne brushes this off and continues doing what she does. One night, however, as she hooks up with a guy, and after the guy pretty much gets out of there, she starts driving back home. Ultimately, a Jeep starts following her, and pretty sketchy, right? He starts flashing her lights, and he starts ramming his car into hers. Pretty scared about all of this. She tries to swerve off and hide from them. And she's still a little shaken up about all of this. She's still hooking up with people and all of that. Her friends getting mad at her because they're pretty much like, you can't keep going around doing this. You know, this isn't a good thing for you. You need to like chill. You have a partner and all of that. And you just need to relax. This ain't safe and all of that. I don't want you getting hurt, because a friend knows about the whole Jeep incident and all of that. He then tells her the whole urban legend about the one person that got followed by a car. They were flashing their lights and they pretty much were trying to warn them about a killer. Ultimately, the person didn't listen and they got killed. Now, Bella, of course, doesn't believe in all of this, and she's pretty much going to find out who exactly this guy was, why were they doing all of this, and she starts stalking this person, trying to figure who they are. She gets the license plate and eventually is able to find them. They do find them at their job. She's pretty much a little creeped out of how they're acting. They're sort of trying to sell them these knives and all of that, but it seems like it's not so nice. It seems a little bit sinister, and the way it's worked up is definitely creepy, right? She eventually follows this person to their home, and that's where they confront them and ask, like, what were they doing? What were they trying to accomplish by flashing their lights, following them, ramming their car, and all of that. He ultimately confesses to have seen somebody in her backseat at the time when he was getting out of the club as well, and that's why they were flashing the lights and trying to ram into them to warn them about that person. And they say that they just thought they were dead because they never saw them again. So Bella pretty much is like, there was nobody there, I'm still here, I'm alive, all of that. What do you want, right? He's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. There was definitely somebody there. And we then see that Bella gets fed up and realizes that this guy is onto her because she is in fact the killer, and she has been the one killing and taking all of the missing people we've seen throughout the episode be talked about, as she has become this serial killer now in Los Angeles. And now she is going to take this guy out because he's sort of on her heels and about to crack the case, right? So she takes him back, and ultimately with her husband as well, who comes to help her, who has been stalking her because he's kind of getting jealous and is sort of missing her as well. So he's been stalking her at this up until this point, knocks out the guy, and they both take him back to their home where Bella starts torturing him. The guy who she's married to is pretty much like, that's it, after all of this I'm done, you don't care about me, I'm trying to help you and all of that, I'm moving out. Bella, we see, torture the guy and all, and then she's like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. This doesn't seem right. This is all wrong. And we think she's going to let this guy go, right? And no, she just pretty much like clobbers him. And she goes to go talk to her husband and try to work things out. And they say they can bond over killing somebody specifically. And that is Bella's friend Piper, who pretty much was trying to tell her like, hey, you need to chill out with all of this. And now she's going to get killed. And the two of them go at it and kill her. So an episode, right? That definitely switched and flipped the whole urban legend on its head about somebody trying to warn you about a killer when you are in fact the killer, is what happened here with Marcy, who Bella Thorne played. I just realized I kept calling her Bella throughout the whole like video, right? But I do that with Only Murders in the Building, calling Mabel Selena sometimes. I just slip. So that's the ending right there. And I thought it was interesting that they flipped it on its head. I really was expecting this guy to be like some sort of creep and all of that, especially how they work him up when he's at his job and all of that. And he's kind of being creepy and weird about the knives, and I just expected him to be the killer here, but I do like the fact that they turned it around and did it the way they did. And the reason that she was like killing people was because she has like some, I think it was like a birthmark around this area here, and she kept telling the guy Paul at the end, that the one that she was torturing, how he, not specifically he, right, but people that think they're entitled and are like above everybody else, the popular kids, all of that, would always make fun of her for that. And this was her way of getting revenge on everybody for doing that, and she was going to take all of them down. And so this is the reason that she became a serial killer. And apparently he was going to be number 7 already. All of the missing people, like newspaper articles, clippings, all of that were based on some of her, well, I think all of her victims, actually, if we think about how many she actually went ahead and killed. And so that's pretty much what happened here. She became a killer because of everything that had happened to her, and she was just going to go out on the nights out at the club and all of that, pick up unsuspecting people, get a little thing going on with them, and then eventually kill them. And that's who she is. So an episode I said didn't hit as strong as Dollhouse. It hit a little bit about the same amount as Aura, which was the previous episode, but I do hope we pick it up again to that Dollhouse level in the next episode. So here's looking at next week and see how we do. But anyways, as always, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this latest episode. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not? Also, make sure that you are subscribed, notification bell on, so you know when these videos drop or we discuss these. We will also be doing a video on Pretty Little Liars as well that came out today, so that should be out tomorrow probably, as I'm trying to catch up on a lot of things. So make sure you're just tuned in and subscribe to all of that. Follow us on all the social media. You can check out our podcast where we talk more about horror stuff and the upcoming horror movies. I'll leave a link below so you can catch it on Buzzsprout, but there'll be a post on the community as well for that, and I dropped a video for it as well today, so if you just want to check it out on YouTube, you can. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Check out the videos on the left. Make sure you subscribe, notification bell on. We're going to do a giveaway at 25,000 subscribers. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.